I'm a person who really see a gap in myself.
ጤንነቱንም ጭምር ነው የተጠራጠርኩት።
I really face poverty line by line.
ብዙ ውጣ ውረዶችን አልፈን
A lot of reason cannot be a reason.
ወደ ኋላ መመለስ የለም።
It took me like 6 months to change my entire life.
ተስፋ አይቆርጥም።
You know, nobody was calling us.
ሳራም ምንም ቢሆን እንጋፈጣለን።
Challenges are not as such challenges.
እንደሚሆን ባቅ ኖሮ
I graduated from Jimma Institute of Health and Science by a profession called nursing, and assigned by the Minister of Health at that time to Bali region, peculiarly in the place called Ginir, which is like from Addis Ababa, like 500 kilometers. I served there like 4.5 years. I was working like as the coordinator of maternal and child health and vaccination. So I was happy to work there. From the very beginning, I scored in school living examination at a diploma level. So I was having some sort of, I need to take CLC again and score a better result so that I can join to medical school or any other university. So while I'm staying there, I took again the school living examination and I scored 3.8 at that time. So joined to Addis Ababa University social science department that actually helped me to be an entrepreneur. I just came to Addis Ababa as a nurse and briefly, like not more than a year, work as a nurse in the operation theater. Then I see anesthetists. There are a lot of other specialties, but I am inclined to be an anesthetist. The thing is, like, when I come back to Addis Ababa, that salary is not enough. Addis Ababa is a big town and everything is expensive. And I want to be by myself, try to rent my own house, so the money is not enough. So I'm saying to my fellow friends, I really face poverty line by line when I was working in Black Lion Hospital. I'm really poor. I have nothing. Everything is difficult for me. Buying shoe is difficult. Eating is difficult. Everything is difficult. I'm gonna be an anesthetist, then I will get a chance to work to the private sector, so that income will let me just to tolerate the market. So I joined with School of Anesthesia, graduate with a very good rank. Then it took me like 6 months to change my entire life. I love anesthesia. I score high in anesthesia. Seriously try to link my personality with anesthesia. I was very conscious about time. I was very conscious about the patients. I try to keep my word. If I come, I will tell them that I will be there in that specific hospital. So people start to trust me. These are the personalities that anesthesia needs. So I start to work 6 hospitals in addition to Black Lion. In the first 3 years, in the night duty, usually you do 3 to 5 operations per 12 hours. But one day, unfortunately, I was facing a problem because 9 mothers who needs my hand. Conducting anesthesia, 9 mothers or 9 operations per 12 hours is something that turn you up. Like you can't do it. So I'm very lucky, 9 of the mothers are safe. In the morning when I face my friends that, I'm rich because I save this amount of life. The only thing that I need to think critically that how can I make this unpayable wage of mine to be paid? Ethiopia is in the top in the global list of road traffic injury. There is 194 deaths per 10,000 licensed vehicles. And from these victims, only 4% of the victims are coming to the hospital with ambulance, with the so-called ambulance. The public is not well oriented about saving life at the scene of the accident. And I'm asking myself that, where is my drop? This is the entire concept of Tebita. Tebita is an Amharic word that means drop. I get a chance to evacuate one diplomat from Addis Ababa to London. In the morning at around 9, a big surgeon called me and he said that there is a diplomat who need to be evacuated in the afternoon and we trust you will do it, but did you have a passport? I told them, yes, I do have a passport. At that time, when I was struggling to have a shoe, I have a driving license. Not having any sort of chance to travel, I was having a passport. So when I reached there, I have seen with my naked eyes that emergency medical service system is a huge system that Ethiopia need to entertain. Like the entire medical industry divided into 3 pillars: the pre-hospital, the hospital, and the rehabilitation. I evacuated successfully that patient to London, and I came back after 5 days, and I resigned from Black Line Hospital. I write a letter that I have to resign. If I evacuate one person from Addis Ababa to London, why not from the place, anybody person who sustained car accident at around Tebita to Black Line Hospital? A lot of reason cannot be a reason. So that I want to commit myself. Challenge that I face was, since I want to be an entrepreneur, the Minister of Health said that if you are an NGO, we don't want to check up upon you. But if you want to make business, then we need to have a standard. And they say that since we don't have a standard, we can't give you the license. I told them the standard for Kenya, the standard for UK didn't come from heaven. People write about it. So we want to make it an Ethiopian contingent standard. So I write the first ever emergency medical service standard for my country. With the standard that I write, they gave me the license. And the second challenge that I faced was the money. Since I want to be an investor, I want to be a bold investor in my country. So I want to be an investor, but I don't have money. And I try to lobby with private banks in Addis Ababa, and they didn't want to listen to me more than 3 minutes. So I try to convince my wife, I have a vision, and she knows it. Now we have house. Why don't you let me just to sell this house and buy ambulances?
ያለንን አንድ ጥሪት እሸጣለሁ በሚል ጊዜ ጤንነቱንም ጭምር ነው የተጠራጠርኩ።
She said that this is not something that I will entertain.
ተስፋ አይቆርጥም ዛሬ ይላል፣ ነገም ይጠይቃል፣ ከሳምንት በኋላም ያን ነገር ያነሳል።
I told her boldly that if I don't do this, then life for me mean nothing. You need to help me with this.
እንደቆረጠ ሳቅ እንግዲህ አላማው መደገፍ አለብኝ ብዬ በግዴ ምንም ሳላምንበት ነው የወሰንኩት።
So she signed, I sold my house, I traveled to Dubai. Since I am the person who write the standard, I cook minibuses to ambulances. I know that ambulances are tax-free, but Customs Authority and the Transport Minister say that, of course they are tax-free, but you need to pay us 5%. So I was forced to sell my personal car. አንድ ቀን ደግሞ ተነስቶ ወይ የቤት መኪና መሸጥ አለብኝ አለ። This really make my journey very stressful, but I am committed. በቃ እንግዲህ አንዴ ከጀመርን በኋላ ወደ ኋላ መመለስ የለም። ስለዚህ ተስማምቼ መኪናው ተሸጠ። Start the job, nobody was calling us, I need to travel to among the hospital to sell myself. The journey is very much difficult because everybody knows that ambulance should be free. At the end of the day, people try to understand that this is a very, very important service. So I work as the manager of my small company and as an anesthetist for 5 years. 5 years was a very difficult time for me because I can't hire or I can't organize another call system for the ambulance. I was always receiving a call 24/7. Sometimes when I receive a call, I'm conducting anesthesia at the same time.
ከእንቅልፍ በ9 ሰዓት በ8 ሰዓት ስልኮች ይደወላሉ።
Even when people are calling me now and when I'm just interfering with the problem that they are facing, that is my day. But the journey will expose you for another big business opportunity. I remember one morning an executive from Heineken Brewery came to my office. He's an Italian guy. He told me that we are expanding to Ethiopia and we will have this type of beer, but we are very serious about safety issues. Whenever we start a construction, we want paramedic and a full-blown ambulance to be at the scene of the construction site. So can we provide this? I say boldly, of course, we can do it. So that I see the bigger picture. A lot of companies are coming to us. This opened up our eyes. In my personal opinion, everybody should have philosophy in life. I need to know what I need to have. People know that it shouldn't be big. It shouldn't make you really famous. It shouldn't be something that makes you really rich. It should be something that makes you really happy. Are you really considering time? Are you really respecting people who are working with you? The journey itself opened up a lot of opportunities. We are trying to entertain that opportunities.
የጠብታ ፓራሜዲክ ኮሌጅ በኢትዮጵያ የመጀመሪያ ኮሌጅ ተከፍቷል። ፓራሜዲኮችን የሚያሰለጥን የዛ የኮሌጁ ሬጅስትራር ነኝ።
Paramedics means a person who is doing medical profession in the ambulance.
ብዙ ውጣ ውረዶችን አልፈን የመጀመሪያዎቹን ተመራቂዎች አስመርቀናል። በጣም ደስተኛ ነኝ።
So we have a plan of to give training for 5,000 paramedics in the next 5 years. Currently we grow modestly from 3 old car to 15 standard ambulance. As I told you, we opened the first paramedic college. We want to do 5 things. We want to have a synchronized emergency ground ambulance service system that potentially franchise throughout the country. Trauma center in Ethiopia, if you face a problem, we need to have an exclusive hospital that deals with trauma only. The last but not the least, to have air ambulance service system that potentially serve East Africa. Currently we bought a land to have our own building. The place where we are renting now is cost us $5,000 per month. It only parks 4 to 5 ambulances, but here we can park up to 15 ambulances. So it will serve us as a parking lot. There will be a gas station that supplies gas for the ambulance. So we are focusing on 3 very important issues: the ambulance dispatch, the manufacturing, and the college. When you lead a company, you need to have very concrete knowledge about finance. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to run that finance as an executive. How we receive money from our customers. We deliver an ambulance service and we receive money at the end of the service. Sometimes people may say that we don't have money. We have a strategy to accommodate this. Out of pocket payment in emergency situation is like a frustration. This payment of what you call it IT based payment is a solution for us. Currently I'm the one of advisory board for Job Creation Commission. I'm a president of Social Enterprise Ethiopia, and I get a chance to debate Africa social entrepreneurs. I debate in Brussels in 2016 with His Excellency Hailemariam Desalegn. I was the speaker for Africa. I travel a lot of countries to speak about the important social enterprises. In addition to that, I also am the one of the board of directors at Addis Ababa Chamber of Commerce. I believe that entrepreneurs are the future of Ethiopia. I pitched my business in South Africa, in Kenya, in US, in Europe, in Finland, a lot of places. We are living with our own community. I don't believe personally in fancy. I have only one son. Whatever I have is enough for me. But I want to grow professionally in my entrepreneurial journey. I am a very athletic guy. Like, I mingle with people. I swim 3 times a week. I have a very serious work every week. I'm always jealous with people who have an international mind, thinking, celebrating humanity.
ደስታም ይገባል ራይም ይገባልና አንተ ራይህን ይዘህ ብቻህን ከሄድክ ምንም ዋጋ የለውም። ወደ ሌሎች ሰዎች ካላስተላለፍከው ወይም እንዲወዱት ካላደረክ ምንም ዋጋ የለውም እና እኔ በጣም እንደወደው በጣም እውነት በውሳኔዎቼ እንድደሰት ትክክለኛ ውሳኔ ነበር የወሰንኩት። ቤቴን መሸጤ፣ መኪናችን መሸጡ፣ ዲስተርብ መሆናችን እና አላማውን ማገዜ በጣም ልክ ነበርኩኝ ብዬ ያልኩባቸው ብዙ አጋጣሚዎች አሉ።
Call 8035 to save life. This is our motto.